Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Hey, greetings, everyone. This is the podcast, Cod and Two Minds. You can find us on Twitter at CITM Podcast. I'm Fitty, and at Gooner Rush, you can find me at Gooner Rush. And co-hosting with me is E at
What's
E
up?
Marshall. At E Marshall, EMARSHO, EMARSHO. What up, E?
What's going on, man? I got real excited. I tried to jump in there quick, and I kind of distracted you, with the spelling of my Twitter handle. So, apologies. Apologies.
Hey, it's a tough one.
What's been going on, man? How was Thanksgiving? How was the holidays?
Oh man, I days off from work, went and dabbled in some new stuff, making some money. That's great. Didn't really eat that much. I was proud of myself that, not that I didn't indulge, but I didn't overindulge,
Well, that's good. I didn't really, come on. Turkey. Oh gosh, please,
Yeah.
Anyway,
How
I had
exciting.
fun,
How
hanging out,
exciting,
watching. Right. It's not my first choice of meat to really be eaten for 4 days in a row, but that's a tradition. That's where everybody's at. So, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time.
Just to add what you said real quick, but I didn't eat too much, and then today I decided let me go ahead and make a plate of nothing but sides. No turkey. I didn't even care. I just had hella stuffing and some greens and mac and cheese.
Well, yeah, that's good stuff. I've also been, watching. The other day I was watching rugby. I don't know why. I guess because there's nothing on TV nowadays. But I must say, it had a nice flow to it. It really did.
Really?
The clock doesn't stop. That's really the only thing I know as far as rules. But compared to the NFL, the NFL, I don't know how it's gonna last, man. I saw a lot of people getting, their heads ripped off today. I mean, it's physical.
Back in the day when they used to say gladiators, this is the modern day gladiators, and oh God, man, it's starting to look like it, dude. Seriously, you're putting your health and your life on the line if you go out there and play.
Yeah. Animals. It's how I was watching. It's just whoa. But anyway, other than that, not much going on.
Bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right on.
Go ahead.
Right on. Anyway, so it was match day 13. We went on the road to Turf Moor to play Burnley.
Dirty Burnley.
Yeah, dirty, physical, tough, stout Burnley. I got more to say about that later, but that doesn't come around until the second half, So what we had going on in the first half. Just gonna check with you. What'd you think about the lineups? How did Wenger do?
I thought the lineup was as good as it could have been, considering that there was no Ozil. And I must say, he must get a lot of pussy, or he's got the immune system of a fourth grader. I think, but seriously, you mentioned this last year about those German fools, him and Per, always getting the flu, and and this is a classic example of that. And even Wenger was he came, everything was fine, and then boom, he got sick. So.
Yeah, well, and the thing that's a trip is occasionally with a player, you'd be he picked up a knock on Friday in training,
Right.
But with Ozil, you just find out that morning, he woke up with strep throat. Okay, again. Oh, okay.
He's got a cold and he can't play. Okay.
Mesut cannot come out and play right now. Mesut cannot come out and play.
The thing is though, when you watch that whole game, yeah, and people, when people start talking shit about Ozil and oh gosh, and he doesn't do this and that, when you watch that game today, you're like, man, I wish Ozil was playing.
Oh man, I know. I was just thinking about his celebration that he says is for his niece.
Yeah,
and then he's always sick like a fourth grader. Like
they hang out too much.
This motherfucker's mother, man. This motherfucking mother probably held him back. Was like, you ain't going to the game today. No.
They hang out too much, and she's, passing germs onto her uncle. But hey, man, all in all, I thought the lineup was as good as it can be. I'm gonna get into Iwobi. Actually, I'll say it. This is what I wrote down when I was watching Iwobi play. I'll just say it now.
Yeah.
Iwobi's done. I don't give a fuck how old he is.
Wait.
No. That's it.
What's the age thing mean? Go ahead. What's that mean?
Oh, he's young. Give him a chance. Oh gosh, no, he's done, dude.
He looks lad.
But when you watch him play, look at his face. That fool he looks stressed out, man, worried and shit. He stresses me out.
He sure does, dude.
So, I mean, I don't know who else he could have played over there, but when we were talking earlier, you made a good point about maybe slipping Jack in. So,
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like this was something that seemed to definitely be building. I think everybody on the team probably would have felt that coming. Like, Jack's probably going to get a run with the number one squad here soon. And then Ozil isn't ready. And I mean, not that I had time to think about that, of course. I just, game time started and Ozil's not there. But I thought Jack, this would have been a perfect spot, a great spot for Jack. Although I understand, Burnley's big and they like to push her around. So maybe it's Iwobi instead of Jack for that reason alone, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I wore that, and I think Iwobi playing out on that, he was wide right, kind of high up the pitch. And that's not really Jack's position, but Wenger, when has he ever been afraid to play a motherfucker out of position? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is he? Like, he likes doing that. Maybe put Ramsey up there out wide right.
That was the only thing I thought. If he wanted to, if that was the one switch, and how would he run that squad? I guess you would slide Ramsey up top and put Jack back where Ramsey was, but. I mean, maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think that was me calling out with the same frustration about Iwobi. What I had wrote was he gets into threatening areas, but then nothing happens. Feel kind of blah when I see him in the lineup. And I definitely felt like this was a Jackie Jack spot. I thought Jackie Jack would be out there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of. When you watch Jack play, you reminisce about how he used to play. You can kind of see the little magic trying to come back. And I think now is the time, like you said, for him to get a little more time. But anyway, all in all, I thought the lineups, weren't that bad.
So we'll do a quick, there wasn't much to report in the first half, but I did write a couple things down. 37-minute, Koscielny gives away a free kick right in front of the 18-yard box that, he just looked kind of wild and out of control.
Yeah. Classic.
But then Czech had a nice save. And at that point, I think I had rode like third or maybe fourth save of the first half. Probably third, I think. But, Burnley had put some chances together, man. I mean...
No, yeah, they didn't play that bad. I mean, and the way they play, they get those wingers out wide and they just put crosses in the box, man. Giroud, I bet you he was kind of envious of that because, man, he would fit in great there. Because, I mean, they really try to cross the ball and get it to their big man in the middle. So
yeah. And I don't know, they're a weird squad because, I mean, like, they're not that fast, but like, even the announcer at one point like called them like the ever attacking Burnley side or something, and I mean, I don't know, there's a little truth to that. Like they did just for the first half, I noted especially their wingers are kind of clever, with the ball at their feet a little, enough to give themselves space to swing balls in. So I mean, I first half I was kind of hats off to Burnley. I thought they challenged us. They tried. They maybe should have had the lead.
Yeah, they very organized offensively and defensively. And so I think that's kind of the key, or that's why they're able to hang, with good teams, because they're organized defensively, but offensively, they strung a few passes together and, had some movement and got a few crosses in there. So, for a team, you look at them and you're just like, geez, we should beat the shit out of these guys.
Sure.
They battled.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a comment about something I noticed throughout the game. I'm sure I'm the only one because, I'm sick like that now. I'm just playing. But Ramsey and Alexis are having chemistry issues. And it's more so because Ramsey won't pass Alexis the ball. There's a lot of little spots where he could have easily just slipped it to Alexis and let Alexis do his thing, but he turned the other way and passed it off to the side. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but there's something going on there. I mean, if you go back and watch the game and just watch a lot of the little passes Ramsey missed, and because it's strange because Alexis and Lacazette look like they're trying to really, build some chemistry. Like you can see it out there. They're looking for each other and they're doing little things, but I that's something I noticed, and that could be the reason. I mean, I made a joke. The reason why Alexis is going to leave in January is because Ramsey won't pass him the ball. But, watch it again.
No, anyway. I mean, no, seriously. Anyway. Like, I know, like in my head, I kind of noted it a couple times where I was just like, like Ramsey went that way again. Like, and I think one time it was really noticeable because I think Alexis like yelled at him, right? Like he kind of he pointed forward and was like, give me the ball. Like, give it to me, dude. Like, I'm here.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great point. You notice a little bickering between those two on the pitch. So, I mean, that's just a theory. But, I mean, if people who are listening to this go back and check that out again, you'll see there's a few little slips. He could have easily done it. And the thing is with Alexis, you think, I mean, he does try to do too much. But, I mean, if you can get him the ball when, he's created the space and he's asking for it, get him the ball. Just pass it to him. You might not get it back, or he might do something crazy or lose it or shoot. But, hey, man, that's the guy who scores the goals.
Yeah.
That's the guy who, the straw that stirs the drink.
What's kind of weird is I'm just thinking about this while you're saying it, but because it's one of the things I noted, like both of them do things. They do some stuff that I can't deny is positive for the team, so I overlook some of the stuff that they do negatively sometimes. But for Alexis, like I noted last week, at times he can try to be a lot too, man. He could try to be too perfect, and sometimes he's giving away balls that maybe you should have just went for the easier pass, But then in the same way, like same with Ramsey, like, he gets in the box too much, but then, all of a sudden he's the one that's there when it counted, when we needed it, and it's weird because I want to get down on the guys, but then at the end of the game, I think about it. And like, sometimes I'm just like, Alexis, you kind of pissed me off today, but you were the only one that kept swinging it in and getting into potential, like, places that were going to be it was just like, when you want to be mad at him, you can be, but there's still that side, like they just keep trying, they keep hustling. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing. Like the effort's there. He's not trying to just be a dick and show off. He's trying to win the game. Everybody is, but it's just, there's something going on there. I'm a genius. I can see it. There's something going on.
Well, and those are the things that are cool to pick out when, you think about the idea of chemistry and stuff. Sometimes that's all the team is missing is just some chemistry. So.
Right. And I'm not really a genius. So. You know what I mean? Everybody can relax. Okay. Just relax.
Go ahead. The only other thing I noted about the first, like I said, not a lot to say about the first half, but 45th minute, they called an awful penalty on Ramsey, Lee Mason. It was a 50-50 challenge for sure. And you could definitely say that the Burnley guy got more of Ramsey than Ramsey got of him. And it was right in front of our box. Possible opportunity to, for Alexis to put one away or something like that. That was a bad no call. Yeah.
I was impressed with Mustafi in the first half. He putting everything on the line defensively. He made some good blocks. So, I mean, that's always nice to see. He should shave that red beard, though. You know what I mean? The mismatched beard,
Yeah. Why is it why is he got? Well, he faded it. It's faded. It's so nice. Yeah.
What? It's faded and it has a nice little hint of orange in it. And Xhaka playing like a slow adult.
Yes.
And that's just because I can't say he's playing like a retard. That's politically incorrect. But he's just bumbling around out there.
I know.
Xhaka. He did make a great tackle in the second half.
I mean, the thing is like when a guy like that makes a great tackle, it stands out so much. So I bet you every Arsenal player can tell you about, but remember that tackle? Yeah, because it's the only one. It's the only one in like 3 weeks, maybe. Like
exactly right. And did you see his haircut though? Dashing.
Oh man, he is a fine lad though. Look at him.
My computer is asking me to install an upgrade to Mac OS. You think I should do it? You think I should do it right now?
Good old Mac, huh? Good old Mac.
Got me. Monreal was firing shots like a savage, very aggressive. He did get beat earlier in the first half, but he got his shit together real quick. I understand his aggressiveness because, Alabama did lose to Auburn. That is his alma mater. And so, he was just really hyped, and you can't say enough about
War
Monreal.
Eagle. War Eagle.
Don't say that around him, dude.
I just said, you know what, man, he's in quite a mood. At that point, it was like the 70th minute when I had made that remark and just said, man, I think that's 4 attempts on goal by Nacho now. And but I even shots. Said, that being said, I still think he had a great game. The dude had a good game, man. I mean,
he that one dude on Burnley shook him in the first, where he fake left and went right and took the shot. But that was it. And that happened early. So he got his shit together real quick. So, he's just a constant.
In the second half, I just basically said, hey, it seemed like, especially came right out second half, they started with like really good pressure. They were keeping possession, starting to really put, Burnley back on their heels. And then Burnley just responded by basically bitching out, in my opinion. Like, a team that I really like respected how they kind of came at the game in the first half, all of a sudden turned into a team that I was starting to kind of like be like, man, this is kind of anti-football now, dude. Like, you guys are like starting to like really, they just realize they're getting closer. They can maybe get a draw out of this. So let's try to get the draw, I guess. I mean, I guess that's football, but.
Yeah, it's a punk move, and that happens a lot against Arsenal. We play those physical teams that like to be physical and kind of push us around, and by the 75th minute, they're falling down. You know what I mean? They're complaining that they're not getting called. Like the whole thing just changes. Yeah. It's like, but I thought you guys were tough,
I know,
physical. Come on, let's go. But yeah, it always that's a classic. You know, when we play teams like Stoke and West Brom in the past, they start out physical, and once they sense they can maybe get a draw, oh shit, we're gonna fall down and do all kind of shenanigans. So I clearly saw that throughout the game. You're absolutely right. One note I made about the second half would be Bellerin. Look, I've been cool on Bellerin for like the last couple of weeks, but he's really got to
pull his hair back.
Really got to
pull his hair back.
Well, I told him to wear it. I told him to wear it like that, man. Make a little ball. What is it?
Man
bun
bun
or something?
Yeah, man bun.
You know?
Yeah.
Put some lipstick out there and get out there and do your thing. But he's got to really start trying to beat defenders 1v1. He really does. Like he had sometimes throughout the game, if you watch him, he has so much room on that right-hand side of the pitch and just one defender. You're the fast guy. You got ability, man. Go after it. But what does he do? He turns into Gibbsy right before
I know. I am getting to that frustration level with him where I'm just like, it's just, it's like what you've been talking about for a few weeks now, but like, they don't get over the hump, and that's what we're feeling about him. Like, I'm starting to get worried because, I mean, sky's the limit as far as what other clubs see this guy as potentially. But I'm still not seeing him do some of the things that would make him a dominant. Danny Alves?
Right.
That's my old roommate, huh?
Oh. No, that's it. That's the Brazilian, the green-eyed bandit, as I call him. But yeah, I mean, like, you would just think. I mean, just imagine Bellerin playing week in and week out on Man City under Pep's tutelage. Just imagine how good Bellerin would be, or just imagine how good Jack would be. Getting coached up. You see what Pep has done with crack baby Raheem Sterling. He's just turning him into a player, and you have to coach these people up, especially the youngsters. But we don't get that. It's a slow, painful regression, and that's why I'm on Bellerin, because I just see it happening. Somebody needs to grab him by the shoulders and be like, dude, be aggressive. Get to the byline. You can do it.
On the flip side,
timid. Oh gosh.
On the flip side, you go to the left side of the pitch, and I thought Blockhead was very active. But one of the things I was noting that he does really well, like he looks for it, he spots it, and he sees it, is the whole give and go thing. His style is that he's already taken his first step to get by the defender before he passes the ball to Alexis. Like he's already getting his momentum up, and then he passes it, and he knows he's going to beat that guy. He knows. And Bellerin, noted as one of the fastest guys in all of professional football, he should at least start figuring out how he's going to take advantage of his speed. Kolasinac is not faster than Bellerin. I know he's not, but somehow he sure seems like it out there in the pitch.
Yeah, but that's because he's from a war-torn country. He's hungry.
Strong will, strong back. That will make it happen.
Right. He's in the weight room. He's on Mexican supplements. He's doing his thing, dude. He's not playing around out there. Whereas Bellerin, how pretty should I try to look today? That's the biggest decision. But anyway, enough of him. I'm going to get eaten alive because there's so many people that want to bang him out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they just love him.
Yeah. A young star. Anyway. Oh, gosh. Anyway, 74th minute. Ramsey gives away possession twice in a row. I'd say not the greatest games from Ramsey in the last two. And that's right after I really gave him a lot of praise.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm going to give him a little praise.
Just once again, like the nod, like we had just talked about not too long ago, somehow he ends up involved in the the last play of the game that ends up being our winner, you know?
Exactly. He has some shaky moments going forward, but I really am appreciating his attempt at trying to be responsible in that midfield role. And I think he realizes he's going to really have to be responsible because Xhaka is not going to have his back as far as, covering ground and making tackles. So I can appreciate that. And, going forward, that's why I don't understand why him and Alexis don't get along, because they both have that trying to do too much gene. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you would think they would be great friends. But yeah, Ramsey just tries to do a little too much. And, once he goes back to that breakout year of just making the right decision or making the right football move, soccer move, he'll be fine. I'm not really tripping off Ramsey. That's the game he plays. He's got a lot of energy, gets in the box, makes shit happen, and our biggest times of need. So I could say he's clutch for that. So what?
Yeah, well, and as January's approaching, more and more do I think about, what the team might look like, and boom, we might lose the two guys. So, I mean, I don't know, Ramsey really could be short-term at this defensive mid position. I think everybody is now seeing, like, we kind of like him to be, he's probably going to end up replacing Ozil, which we've talked about, we've mentioned it in the past, like that's where Ramsey probably should be playing. It's just that we have Ozil. And if Ozil's gone in January, maybe that's where Ramsey's sliding to. Maybe Santi Carzola's back, or maybe he's got some other options at defensive mid, or he's going to try to sign somebody. I don't know, but we better just be happy with Ramsey, because all I can see is more playing time coming.
Oh yeah. One quick note on the penalty. I thought the ref was in great position to see that. Where is your boy? Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But this guy was in perfect position. He saw it. It was a clear push, a clear penalty. And those are the ones, a lot of those refs don't catch. You know what I mean? So that was, he's still a punk, but that was good on his part. And a clutch penalty by Sanchez. Clutch.
Yeah, real clutch. And shit, like when it came off his foot, I was like, is that hard enough? I was thinking, like, he didn't really nail it, but he placed it well. You couldn't even watch it, huh?
No, I never watch penalties. I always watch the replay. I get too nervous. I would have kicked that shit. Rose in.
Yeah. The classic Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Put it in the 27th row. Right. But just to show the way attitudes can change about things, like, not that it changed my opinion of Mason, but at one point, right after that one point, I did just write in exclamations, Mason is a bitch. That's all I can say. And then later on, he got it right for us. So thanks, Lee Mason, even though you really are a bitch and you had a bad game. Like,
yeah, they're all over the place, the refs. What's your grade, overall grade for Wenger?
I went B+. I think, like, I'm the one that can be a little more forgiving at times with Wenger, but I was pissed about Jack not getting a start, man. And I was pissed how uninspired I felt about Iwobi being out there. Like, I just wish somebody else was out there instead of him, personally.
I like that, though. B+ is that's a solid grade. That's a fair grade. I went A.
What?
Yeah, I went A. I went A because the team, we were organized more than we usually are. We got a clean sheet. We matched the intensity for the whole game, and I really thought when he did bring in Jack, I think it was around the 65th minute. I thought thought that was perfect timing. He usually waits till it's too late, but I thought he made the right choice to get Jack in, and then he brought in Danny, who is another one I'm almost done with. But it's whatever. But so I gave him an A. I thought he did a good job. And I look on Twitter and you see a lot of people complaining, not really complaining, but just kind of disappointed about how we played or the result. And I don't know. I thought that was a nice, hard, earned victory for Arsenal at a difficult place against a difficult opponent. It was a midweek game. We had a midweek game. We had to travel. We came back, and it was an early kickoff. And we usually shit the bed on those games. So I give them a little credit.
Yeah, I was really happy. I was very satisfied with the performance. Mostly, is like their heart was there. They did use the patience necessary to finally break through somewhere, even though, I wish they wouldn't lag so much. Don't lag so much. You could clearly see when they turned it on and okay, we've got to score now. And it's like, dude, y'all should have done that a while ago,
Right. And that's the thing about Jack not being out there, because he's that guy who can unlock teams like that. He'll keep the ball, dribble, and just be more aggressive, where usually we just got a lot of people who just kind of, sideways, or our midfield, they're not really dynamic.
And then,
but go ahead.
Even right at the end of the game, I was looking 87th, 88th minute to go, something like that or whatever. We had the ball and it was clearly okay, you guys are going to get one more good chance, maybe two, and we seriously lollygagged the ball up there. We went side to side and then it went back to Mustard, and it was just come on, man, come on, let's go. Somebody break through here, and then finally, and then the only other reason why I was pretty satisfied was basically, like I said, the way my attitude changed about Burnley, from first half to second. By the second half, they were starting to piss me off. These guys that were twice as big as our players were oh, you knocked me down, and oh, geez, another one. And, and it was come on, dude. It was starting to get frustrating. And I was so happy when we got the goal. It was yes,
Yeah. And you made a good point about the team being patient to just kind of stick it out and just be persistent and get that goal. And, if Man U had done this when Sir Alec was coaching, everybody would be talking about, that's what you need to do to win the league. You know what I mean? Everything, everybody's a genius, but when we do it, oh gosh, they played like crap. They're pussies. So, it's the exact same result.
Matter of fact, and that was the icing on the cake for me for everything was this is the kind of game that the critics say that we don't come to play. This, it was exactly one of the rare times when, we saw results in our favor happen the day before, so we could actually think about it, go into the Sunday game. And and a lot of times, like you said, we've shit the bed and we didn't today,
Exactly. We had a chance to pass a couple teams and get the fourth place, and we actually did it this time. Whereas usually it's Arsenal had a chance to take third place and they shit the bed. You know what I mean? Everybody's going crazy. But today we actually did it. So it should be a great day. Everybody on Twitter should be happy. Yep. But that's not what I
agree. So I was looking at upcoming schedule, and we got a midweek game, right?
I think so. Let's see here. It's my job. I'm supposed to have that ready, but you know me, game by game. Can't look ahead, man.
Well, one of the things I was looking at was like the last results and all that or whatever. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 clean sheets this year. Traditionally pounding Arsenal about their awful defense, which, you know, I mean, the defensive midfielders, but, you know, the D-line they've been playing pretty damn good this year, man, in general.
Oh yeah, I'm not disappointed. Like, and that's still, you know, that's. I guess you got to give credit to Wenger because, you know, to me, we have been a little more organized, and it seems like he has kind of reined in Ramsey a little to be a little more responsible. Let me get you those fixtures right quick. Wednesday, November 29th, we play Huddersfield Town. I don't know what that is. That could be the Kabuchi Cup or some shit. I don't know. And then we play. Are they in the Premiership?
Yes.
Huddersfield. Oh, pardon me, Huddersfield. I'm sorry.
No disrespect.
Sorry. I thought that was a Capital One. But the big game is going to be on Saturday, December 2nd against Man United. And, you know, that's always a classic. Can't wait. And, you know, that's when I really get fired up when we play in Man U.
So a couple of quickies, but both of these games are at home for us. And I was looking, so, you know, other than Man U, the other 4 games out of our next 5 are all winnable. You know, sticking with that theme, like just get results against Man U. We're at home. I'd like to see a win, but at least get results and move on and kick all these other teams' asses. Let's make sure we beat everybody else, you know?
Right, you know, exactly, and you know Mourinho is going to come to the Emirates and play like a pussy.
Matter of fact, you know, just remembering, it seems like to me, I don't know how you see that, but, you know, I'm assuming Mesut will be back, whatever, who knows, but, I mean, I don't know, is it a game that you would consider a Giroud? Can you play a Giroud and a Lacazette out there together?
Who? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. That wouldn't be a bad idea actually. But come on, man, don't make Wenger think about all kind of crazy shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just relax. Oh. I mean, but yeah, you're absolutely right. They're a big physical team, man. And you know they're gonna try to get a set piece and catch us 1-0. So yeah, why not play Giroud? But who knows? Although he didn't look good in the Europa League game.
I take that game and planned on watching it and saw a couple, you know, reviews and people were like, man, this game was, and I just didn't watch it. I just couldn't watch it. Okay. So, hey, our next podcast, you know, we go every Monday, you guys. So, we'll release one every Monday for you unless it's a week off, but we don't have any of those coming up for a while. So we're getting into the silly season.
Oh yeah. That's going to be a whole nother thing come January. But yeah, Monday morning, we try to have it out there. Appreciate the support. I have no inspiration. Okay. I had a thought, you know, something, you know, that's kind of unlike me, but I just want to, you know, throw this out there to everybody. But empathy is the key to victory. I'm just going to lay that out there for the world. You feel me, Fitz?
I've always been a fan of that word, man. I like empathy. All right.
It rolls off the tongue or something, or just like the word itself?
More than just the semantics of the word.
And I'm at eMarshaw, EMARSHO. And hold on. Let me get that email in. And you can email the show, citmpodcast@gmail.com.
And I'm Fitty at Gooner Rush on Twitter. At Gooner Rush, and You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Twitter. You can search Caught in Two Minds. You can Google that shit. You'll find us, y'all.
Right. And if you can't do that, if you can't find a search, a little microphone or whatever. Not a mic. What is that? What is that called?
I missed it.
Anyway. Don't worry about it. But if you don't know how to search for things, then
okay,
this isn't a podcast.
Hey, get it together, y'all. Get it together. Hey, hit my...
Dial it in. Oh, hold on. One last note before we go. One of the funniest shit I heard today was Robbie Mustoe. He said Everton. It's time for Big Sam.
Hey, I like the way I know I can hear his voice when you said that too. Like, yeah. I really think it's time.
He's like,
for
it's
Big
time.
Sam. I do.
It's Everton. It's time. It's time
Check
for
his
Big Sam.
pockets.
Everton.
He got meat chunks in his pockets.
Big Sam eating gizzards. And he's gonna keep
start that
up.
music,
So anyway.
homie. Hey, we want to thank you all for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. And make sure you go to wherever you like to get your podcast info and subscribe and give us a rate, give us a review, give us a shout out. One love. Peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMPodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
Shout out to Mr. Gooner at London
Thanks,
Goon
Mr. Gooner.
AFC. Thanks for the support. Peace.